All right, everybody, welcome back to another installment of 30 Videos in 30 Days with Jason Dyer. Deep Video's parallel effort to get us down to Austin, Texas, July 29th through the 31st, so we can get to the Worker Cooperative National Conference that's going to be hosted at the University of Texas. You can find that Indiegogo, just Google for cooperatives. You can take a look at our YouTube channel and see the series so far. And we are joined tonight live on location at Off the Record by Dezi 5.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Deep Video?
Hey, how's it going, man? We just
It's
got.
going
You see all
great.
that mess behind this, man? Look, I know I got a wide angle. You can see all of our stuff. This is the BTS. We officially just finished up some business, and now he's going to help me out. We're going to get this interview going.
I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you very much. So, part of the process of what we're doing is we're talking to artists about things that you've learned throughout your career that help you maintain ownership and how important it is to maintain that ownership as you grow your career. And so, you've been at this since at least 2008. Is that right?
I have been at it since 2008, yes.
Have you ever come across a situation where there was a piece of work or art that you weren't able to continue using, or any kind of shenanigans that you learned a valuable lesson from?
Well, the first valuable lesson that I've learned is go ahead and get a yearly subscription to copyrights. If you get a yearly subscription to copyrights, it's $99. You can send any song anytime that you want, whatever time of the day.
Any state of the song?
Any state of the song, long as it has some type of form to it where they can tell it's yours.
Okay.
Send it, even if it's in the beginning of your recording process, so that you can already have that sense of security. Because sometimes in the process of writing a song and trying to make it a good song, you're going to go through different producers.
Yeah.
You're going to go through different songwriters. You're going to go through different outlooks and everything. So to make sure that you protect yourself, go ahead and before you take it out to anyone, just if you're very musically inclined, I consider myself intermediate. Lay down your chords, lay down your melody, lay down your lyrics, put it on a piece of MP3, send it in with your $99 yearly subscription. It doesn't cost anything. However, if you can't afford that, there's a $39 thing where you can do like 4 or 5 songs each.
Okay.
For $39.
Oh, all
And you
right.
can do that as well. But
Given this-
the collaborations.
Yes.
And collaborating with people. Yeah, you just, especially, you guys have an agreement. And sometimes you don't want to talk about the business in the beginning, but don't be afraid to.
Don't
Just
be
go
afraid of
ahead
asking
and-
those
yeah,
questions. And
Just
diving
go ahead
in.
and throw it out there. Hey, I got this song I want you to help me on with. And in the process of you guys making it, I talk to my producers. Oh my gosh, this is good. I talk to my producers in the midst of the process. If you're working with the producer, in the process of working with them, you're developing a relationship. So you can also always keep an open relationship about how you guys feel about the share of the song. On Dallas Bitch, me and Josh Good immediately knew that this was a collaborative thing. We know, hey, 50-50. But then Tyler Dean, he kind of wrote a little bit in it, so we threw him in. Just talk about this stuff, get it out of the way, so it makes it easier in the end. And as things escalate for the song, just communicate. But, as far as that's concerned, just protect yourself in all costs. But I will say one more thing.
Sure.
I did have a situation, and I'm still trying to figure out this situation. I recorded a song for a guy in Amsterdam.
Okay.
I wasn't in Amsterdam. I was here. The song released in last year around this time, actually. It'll be the anniversary. And it reached up to 300,000 likes, 300,000 listens on YouTube. It had a lot of views, and it wasn't even a video. But it was really good, but I guess there was some litigations, and it got completely taken down. For me to protect myself or to me to keep that light going on, I had nothing to keep it going.
Right.
And I had a little one-hit wonder situation. And I don't know exactly what to do in situations like that, but I guess before you get into situations where there was a huger success that recorded the song, and now they want you to record it because they see that you are artist that's not so big, but you're just as good.
Right.
Make sure that you protect yourself and find out exactly where the song comes from. How does it? Because you don't know. All you're doing is seeing opportunity, and they
Have
just
you
take
ever
advantage.
been able to learn any information about that kind of stuff from like a music festival or something like that? Sometimes they have these panels where they talk about copywriting and recording and all that kinds of stuff.
I'm a member of BMI.
Okay, right on.
And I also I join every avenue. My email is full of information, and
Sure.
BMI is so good. Once you become a member of BMI, they send you tips. They send you so much every day. I still to this day read some of the little guidelines and
Yeah,
things
just a
that
little
they
extra
give
research
us.
as
They
you're going
really
through.
are some good tips about how to get your song out there, and not only that, how to make sure you protect yourself.
Sure.
It's just join BMI or ASCAP.
Yeah.
Go ahead and knock that on out of the way, and you'll be good to sing cover songs and stuff all over the world and stuff because you're covered. You know, you'll get that code, and once you get that code, you are sealed and delivered as a songwriter. You can really say that you're a songwriter because you have that tenure. You know.
So, have you had any Have you ever put in on a mixtape or had a track go in on a mixtape before?
I haven't, and I've been very reluctant to doing that because
Okay,
I'm
let's
worried.
talk.
I want to do a mixtape so bad, especially coming from South Dallas and
Sure.
and being a fan of Lil Wayne and Drake. And Erykah Badu kind of came out with a mixtape too. It's just like, you
Yeah.
want to do a mixtape, but I always get nervous
Okay.
at the copyright stuff, and I just don't even want to deal with it. I'm probably gonna do some mixtapes because they're fun. They get you exposure. You can use some beats that people are actually familiar
Right.
with and kind of go lyrically crazy. And I do plan on doing that, but I haven't really released a full-length album yet.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of feel like until I do that, then I can. After I do that, then I can kind of dabble in the
Right
mixtape
on.
thing. But that's just my thing. I'm not saying anyone else.
So
can't
let
do
me
that.
ask you this way. Let's say somebody were to approach you about wanting to put you on a mixtape, right? Would you be more inclined to work with that if it was a nonprofit? Like if the entity that was setting all that stuff up was a nonprofit organization, would that matter
Well,
to you?
hopefully it's nonprofit anyway because it's
Right.
a mixtape.
Right. Yeah, exactly, right?
You know what I mean? I mean, you can't make money off of someone else's joint.
Right.
But if I was of course I would join on the project of a mixtape because mixtape gives you creative freedom as far as creating lyrics, and also it kind of puts you in the perspective of what everyone likes and what
Right.
has been out. So it doesn't do anything but strengthen your creativity for your own music. You know?
There you go. Yeah. Pulling from the strengths and learning from what you see out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's that song by Drake and Future, Jumpman. You know.
All right.
I've been wanting to do this remix to Jumpman so bad, and I recorded it, and I'm just like
Oh.
scared, you know.
All right.
But
All right.
I shouldn't be scared, but it's so fresh. But then it's like it would actually be fun, you know. But
Right. Yeah.
I'm still mixed.
You'll get there.
Just
We'll
as
hear
much
it
as a
eventually.
tape, a mixtape is mixed. I'm still mixed up about it, you know.
Let me ask, have you ever heard of a worker-owned cooperative business model before?
Say that again.
A worker-owned cooperative business model.
Elaborate for me.
So sure, yeah. That's what we're trying to do with Deep Video. That's what this whole thing is about here. What we want to do is, so a cooperative is a business or business entity that is owned and operated by the people who would buy or use its goods or services. So every worker owns one share in the company as a legit owner, and every worker gets one vote and how everything is decided with the money that that company makes. So everybody kind of has equal pull as we're moving into that. There's some examples of this right now in Texas. There's 2 different brew pubs that are all worker owned. So everybody who works at that bar owns part of it. So you know that as the crowds come in, as the scene becomes involved with that aspect of it, that bar could potentially do better. But really what that means is the different people that work there are getting a true sense of ownership and wealth. They're being able to build up. So we're trying to build that, but from the perspective of freelance videographers, digital engineers, graphic designers, people who would be allied to the artists like you, somebody that you would need to tap into and work with and move forward, right? And so I guess my question for you is, does that sound like a completely mythical dream? Do you think that people can come to work together under one vision and try to own one entity and move forward as a whole?
I think that it can happen. I'm kind of seeing that within my city culturally now. I mean, but you know, at the end of the day, we are all leaders, and
Sure.
we're all human, and you know, there's going to be some clashes. But I
Sure.
think if everyone understands their role
Right.
and understands that it's almost like, you know, how I kind of take that as, you know, I'm a waiter, I wait
Okay.
tables.
Okay.
And,
Go
you know,
for it.
there's some times where the restaurant will be so busy, and instead of the servers getting individual money, we would just do a pool
Yes.
of the whole restaurant.
That's right.
And if you do a pool of the whole restaurant, that means everybody's being taken care of on every avenue. You don't just pass by a table that's not yours.
That's
You
right.
take care of everything. And sometimes you come off better on top when everybody comes all together,
Right.
better than you would. Then sometimes you might come off better by yourself.
Yeah.
But I've noticed there's sometimes when you do a pool, as
Yeah.
far as on that side, it's lucrative. It's better. You got more people on your side. All the I's are dotted, all the
Right.
T's are crossed. There's somebody to catch something.
Right.
It can work if everybody knows their role, you know,
Right.
and
That's the
everybody
plan,
understands
man.
it, you know.
Would that change any of your shopping habits or attending habits? Like if there's a venue like that in Deep Ellum, like a brew pub that was a co-op, would that tilt you a little bit walking through the door? Would it give you something to
No, it wouldn't tilt me because from the way it seems,
Sure.
that at the moment that I walk in there, I'm representing all of them.
Sure.
You
I
know?
hear you. Yeah.
So I don't feel a sense of nervousness because I know what I'm bringing to the table.
Okay.
Now, what they take with I'm bringing to the table, and, you know, that's
Right.
up to them. But I would feel a little confident if it was something like that because everybody would have a hand in making sure that it was right because they all got a
That's
piece
right.
in it.
And you know, and the thing about the co-op is that, or the thing that I like most about it, I think, is that you can create these rules as you create your company, right? And the
Yeah,
rules will
yeah.
allow you these ways to handle problems, right?
Mhm,
Like
yeah.
non-producing individuals or really low standard work that just happened to come around, or just whatever situations that we have to handle as creatives dealing with other creatives, right?
Yes, yes.
We kind of build that in so that you can work it all out together and make it happen. That's how
Exactly.
that goes.
Just as long as you work it out.
That's right. It is
It has
about
to be
working
done.
it out.
And just like I said earlier, communicate. I just think that effective communication, whether you're upset, because I don't think if you're upset, if you just bring it up or whatever, just effective communication brings good, smooth processes. Everything is great, you know. Even if it's too much, there's no such thing as over communicating to me.
Right, yeah. You just keep doing that feedback loop, man.
Going, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll bring my teammate Paul in for these last two questions for you here.
Okay.
He's usually nails them with some pretty good
Perfect.
stuff. Yeah.
So, Dezi,
Yes.
the first question I have for you is if you could make an ask of our audience, the people that are watching this video, if you could ask them to do one thing, what would it be?
If I can ask your audience one thing, what would I ask them to do? I honestly would tell them to support Deep Video simply because, and not only just because of it being Deep Video and you guys are so great and you've been so great to me, and I just feel like everybody needs a platform. And I was very reluctant to get a manager to work with me on my act because I've been doing things by myself for so long. But someone told me if someone is willing to actually help you, like, that doesn't come often. Even if it seems a little shaky, maybe give it a try because, I mean, long as nobody's losing anything, it's kind of a game thing. And if it doesn't work, then we just go on to the next. Then give it a try. And I believe that from watching you guys and watching Deep Video, and I believe that everybody should utilize the platform of what you guys have to offer, and grow with it because I mean I honestly thought Deep Video was around a long time because of the word deep. You know, I'm like I immediately
Thank you.
associated it with Deep Ellum, so I was like, oh shoot, it's Deep Video.
I mean,
That's-
kind of what we were going for.
That was the motivation.
Yeah,
at
when you
one
guys
point.
first came up to me, so anything I would just say artists, club owners, restaurant owners, publicists, event coordinators, whatever you are, take advantage of if anybody wants to help you. And these guys came out and they wanted to help me. So, hey, I would just strongly suggest you do the same thing too. And I believe that everything else will fall into place. You know, I believe that these guys are passionate. And I've always said, if you follow your passion, the moment you let everything go and you follow your passion, everything else doesn't matter. And and you guys are passionate about it. So
Thank you, Dezi.
Yeah.
Thank you. So the second question I have is, if you could put up a billboard anywhere in the world, what would it say and where would it be? This is my favorite question.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. If you could put up a billboard, what would it say and where would it be? This is my favorite question to ask.
Oh my goodness, that's a really good question.
I know.
because there's so much going on,
Yep.
and I would want to say so much.
Billboards are pretty big. You could get some small type in there and still
because
say
I
a lot.
understand the importance of billboard. You know how you ride around that
Uh-huh.
little bridge right there. You see that one billboard all the time, and it's like something that you would want somebody to see that would be implanted in their head. Honestly, it would be something about equality, or of treating people the way you want to be treated, with something that like catches their eye, or something. It would be something along those that realms, you know. Not so foo-foo, but it's not like do unto others as you have them do unto you. But it's just like
Right, yeah.
you know, some type of way to give that message. Would you like this to happen to you? Type thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? And maybe there could be some type of message where someone is like judging someone. You know what I mean? And,
Yep.
and or like somebody's like judging you, like, hey, your car is ugly. I don't know, but it's like that person's being judged from the billboard, and then it would be like, would you like this to happen? You know, how would you know? I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's absolutely
'Cause
fantastic.
that's how I mean, if I had the opportunity to put anything out on a platform, and they were to say, Dezi, what is the last thing that you want to say? And I mean, I always believe in living right and doing right and treating people the way that you want to be treated, because then everything else will kind of just come along and work out.
Right.
So,
We feel the same way.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you, Dezi.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Paul. As always, another great delivery of that good setup of questions. Well, Des, this is the part where you get to plug something, man. Tell these folks where to tune in, where your next show is, and then I'll wind down the show. So just let us know where you're going to be.
What's going on, everybody? I am Dezi 5, the Dezi 5. I am an entertainer. I'm a singer. I am a human activist. And I am here to let you know that I am here for you and myself, but mostly for you. And you can find me on Facebook, Dezi 5. You can find me on Instagram, Dezi 5. I believe on Twitter, I'm Dezi Desmond. But I believe if you type in Dezi 5, it will definitely still show up. Dezi5.com to go to my website to catch everything that's going on. I'm currently, again, working on an album. My first full-length album. I've gotten a lot of clout from my EP, but now it's time to kind of get serious and actually bring out some true artistry on every realm.
There
So
you
I'm
go.
going to bring out my first full-length album. So I'm working on that now. I'm doing a series of shows at some great places. I just landed a residency at the Harvest House in Denton.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you
a
very much.
great scene for you, man.
Yeah, I just landed
Awesome.
a residency there. My first show will be July 30th with Topic
Okay.
and Tomcat. And Tomcat's
Oh, right
out
on.
of Denton. We'll be doing that. And then shortly after that, I will be headlining the Kessler.
There you go.
On the Kessler X Plus with Topic again, my brother, and Sam Lau and guests. And also the John Stewart of the All Everything, the baddest
right
DJ
on,
in
right
Dallas, will be DJing that night as well. Let's see what else I got going on.
You're not busy, are you?
Exactly. I believe that in August I will also be performing at the Art Varg in Fort Worth. TCU will be coming back to school, so we'll be kind of have like a back to school thing. And I'll be doing that with 88 Killer, which I'm so excited about that. Other than that, I'll just kind of give you August because I don't want to spill too much about September too soon.
There you go.
But definitely, and July. So I gave you a little bit of what's going on in this hot summer in Dallas. So if you're hot, then come on to the shows. Hopefully we'll have air conditioning. If we don't, then I probably won't play there. But other than that, that's all that's going on. I'm working on a music video with Jeremy Biggers and Ashley Whitby as my creative director with that. And I'm just excited. I'm working with Donnie Domino and Dojo 45 on my album, and things are just really good. I mean, I'm working hard. I'm singing to the elderly for the summer.
Right.
Singing some Sinatra and some good old classic tunes at some senior citizen homes in the North Side and Frisco and Plano, and it's very rewarding. I'm working out. I'm doing. I don't know. I'm just getting myself prepared to be the better person, the best person that I can be for you. So that's what that is.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in for another episode of 30 Videos in 30 Days with Deep Video. I have been your host, Jason Dyer. We have been joined by Paul Wofford. If you'd like to send us your interpretation of what that billboard would look like, you can send that to deepvideobooking@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of some of the maybe one or two random photos we might have snapped off tonight, you can find us on Instagram, where we could not afford the last two letters of our name, at DeepVid. You can find us at Deep Video on Twitter, on Facebook, and probably everywhere else that you could search those words into a box. Thanks again. Please go over to Indiegogo, search for Cooperatives Dallas, and find us at the top of the list and help us get to Austin. Thank you. Thank you very much.